A small shadow moved across the road. A baby dragon, alone, confused, scared. Then, a bright alien vehicle rushed forward. Impact. The sound was soft, but wrong. The driver stopped for 1 second, looked at the broken creature on the road, and drove away. But he made one mistake. A human saw everything, and what that human did next would change the fate of an entire world. Night had fallen heavy over the long empty road. No sound except the soft wind moving across the dark fields. No lights except the faint glow of distant stars. Then something small stepped out of the shadows. A baby dragon. Its body was thin and weak. Its wings too small to carry it far. Its steps unsure, like it had been alone for too long. It paused at the edge of the road, looking left, looking right, not understanding the danger. The world it came from was not like this. It slowly moved forward. One step, then another. Far away a bright light appeared. Fast, too fast. An alien vehicle cutting through the darkness. Engine low but powerful. Speed rising with no sign of slowing down. The driver saw something. A small shape in the road. For a second, just 1 second, he hesitated. Then it happened. The impact was quick. A dull, heavy sound that did not belong in the quiet night. The small body was thrown across the road, rolling once, then stopping near the edge. Silence returned. The vehicle slowed. Just a little. Inside, the alien driver looked through the glass, his eyes fixed on the broken creature. A dragon. Even in that small form, it was clear what it was. Rare, dangerous, valuable, or maybe just trouble. The creature moved slightly, still alive. The alien felt something. Not guilt, not fear, just inconvenience. He looked around. The road was empty. No one saw. He made a choice. The engine roared again. The vehicle turned slightly, and then it disappeared into the dark. Gone. Leaving behind the broken body. The baby dragon lay still, its chest rising slowly, each breath weaker than the last. Blood darkened the ground beneath it. One wing bent in the wrong direction, its eyes half open but fading. Time passed. Seconds felt longer. The night colder. Then another set of lights appeared. Slower this time. Careful. A human vehicle. Ethan was driving home, tired after a long day. His mind somewhere else. Until he saw it. Something on the road. He slowed down, his eyes narrowing, trying to understand what he was looking at. Then he stopped. The engine stayed on, but Ethan did not move for a moment. His heart started to beat faster. That was not an animal. That was something else. He stepped out of the vehicle. The cold air hit his face, but he barely felt it. He walked closer, slowly, carefully, and then he saw it clearly. A baby dragon. Small, broken, barely alive. Ethan froze. This was not possible. This was not normal. Every instinct told him to step back, to leave, to pretend he never saw it. But the creature made a soft sound, a weak breath, almost like a cry, and that changed everything. Ethan moved forward quickly now, kneeling beside it. He could see the injuries, bad ones, too much blood, too much damage. If he left it here, it would die. No question. He looked around the empty road, searching for anyone, anything, nothing, just silence. Ethan took a deep breath. This was dangerous. This was unknown. But it was alive. That was enough. He carefully slid his hands under the small body, trying not to hurt it more. The dragon was warm, faint heat still moving through its scales. Its head moved slightly as Ethan lifted it. A weak reaction. Still fighting. Ethan carried it to his vehicle. Every step careful. Every movement slow. He placed it gently on the back seat, using his jacket to support its body. The dragon let out a soft breath again. Still alive. Ethan got into the driver's seat. his hands tight on the wheel. There was only one place he could go. Not a normal hospital. They would panic. They would report it. And this creature would become an experiment. No. He knew a place. Hidden. Quiet. Where questions were asked later. He pressed the accelerator. The vehicle moved fast through the night. Minutes felt like hours. Ethan kept looking back, watching the small body, still breathing, but fading. Stay alive. Just a little longer. The building finally appeared ahead. Dim lights. Isolated from the city. He didn't stop fully. Just slowed enough to jump out and open the back door. Help. The doctors rushed out. Confused at first, then shocked. They had never seen anything like this. A dragon. Real. Injured. Dying. They hesitated. This was beyond their training. Beyond their rules. One of them stepped back, shaking his head. This is not something we can treat. This is not human. Ethan stepped forward, his voice strong. No hesitation now. It is alive. That is enough. Silence filled the space. The doctors looked at each other, then back at the creature. They could see it too. The slow breathing. The fading life. Finally one of them nodded. Move it inside. Everything changed in a second. Lights turned on. Machines prepared. Voices became urgent. They placed the dragon on the table, carefully adjusting its broken body. Scanners moved over it, reading something they barely understood. Blood loss critical. Internal damage severe. Time running out. Ethan stood just outside the room, watching through the glass. His heart heavy. His hands still shaking. He didn't even know what this creature was fully. But he knew one thing. It did not deserve to die like that. Alone on a road. Left behind. Inside the room. The surgery began. Tools moved quickly. Doctors focused despite uncertainty. Every second mattered. Every decision risky. Machines beeped unevenly. Warning signs everywhere. The small body lay still under the bright lights. Fighting. Or maybe just holding on. Ethan pressed his hand against the glass. Come on. Stay alive. Don't give up now. Minutes passed. Then more. No one spoke. Only the sound of machines and quiet commands. And then, a sudden drop. One sharp sound from the monitor. The room froze for a moment. Tension filled the air. The doctors moved faster. Trying everything. Not giving up. Outside, Ethan felt his chest tighten. This was it. Life or death. And no one knew which way it would go. The night stretched on. Heavy. Uncertain. And as the surgery continued, one truth remained. The doctors didn't know if it would survive the night. The night passed slowly inside the quiet hospital. Machines kept making soft sounds. Lights stayed bright. Doctors moved in and out without rest. And somehow, the small dragon survived. But survival was only the beginning. Days turned into long silent weeks. The dragon did not move much. Its body was still weak, wrapped in careful support, connected to machines that kept track of every breath. It looked fragile, nothing like the powerful creature it was meant to become. Ethan came back the very next day, and the day after that, and every single day after. He never missed one. He would walk through the same quiet hallway, past the same closed doors, until he reached that one room. The room where something impossible was still alive. At first, nothing changed. The dragon did not react. Its eyes stayed closed. Its breathing slow and careful. Ethan would sit beside it. Sometimes for minutes. Sometimes for hours. He did not know what to say. But he spoke anyway. Soft voice. Simple words. You are safe now. No one will hurt you. Just rest. The doctors watched from a distance. Some curious, some unsure. They had never seen anything like this. Not just the creature, but the connection forming around it. Weeks passed. Then one day, something changed. A small movement, so small it could have been missed. But Ethan saw it. The dragon's eye. It moved, slowly, barely opening. A thin line of light reflected in it. Ethan leaned forward, holding his breath. The eye opened a little more. Not wide, not strong, but enough. And what was inside was not anger, not fire, just fear. Deep, quiet fear. The kind that comes from pain and confusion. The dragon tried to move, but its body did not listen. A soft sound escaped it, weak and unsure. Ethan raised his hand slowly, careful not to scare it. "It is okay. You are safe." His voice was calm, steady. The dragon's eye stayed on him, watching, trying to understand. Days passed again, this time different. The dragon stayed awake longer, its eyes opening more each day. Still weak, still silent, but aware. Ethan kept coming. Every day, he would sit beside it, talking softly, never rushing, never forcing anything. Slowly, the fear began to change. Not gone, but softer. The dragon started to recognize him, not as a threat, but as something familiar, something safe. One day, Ethan placed his hand closer than before, not touching, just near. The dragon watched, its breathing slightly faster. Then, very slowly, it moved, just a little. A small claw lifted, weak, unsteady, and reached toward his hand. Ethan did not move. He let it happen. The tiny claw touched his finger, light, careful, like it was unsure if it was real. Ethan smiled softly. "That's it. You're okay." From that moment, everything changed. The distance between them disappeared. Day by day, the dragon grew stronger. Not fast, but steady. It began to move its head, then its body. Small motions at first. The broken wing slowly started to heal. Its breathing became deeper, more stable, and sometimes a faint glow appeared under its scales. Soft light, like something inside it was waking up. The scientists noticed. They started studying more closely, reading patterns, watching reactions, and then they understood. This was not just a creature. This was intelligence. Real. Thinking. Feeling. It reacted to voices, to emotions, to presence. Especially Ethan. When he entered the room, the dragon's eyes would follow him. When he spoke, it would stay calm. When he left, it would become restless. The bond was clear. Ethan did not tell anyone, but he gave it a name. Quietly, only when he was alone. "Yes, you're doing better today." The name felt right, strong, but gentle, and somehow, the dragon accepted it. Each time he said it, there was a reaction, a small movement, a soft sound, recognition. Time moved forward. Weeks turned into more, and Ash began to change. The weakness faded. Strength returned, faster than anyone expected. Bones healed. Energy grew. The glow under the scales became brighter, more steady. Ash started sitting up, looking around, understanding more of the world. But no matter how much changed, one thing stayed the same. Ethan. He was always there. Not as a doctor, not as a scientist, but something else, something closer. Ash would watch him with quiet focus. Not fear anymore, not confusion. Something deeper. Trust. One evening, the room was calm. No machines making loud sounds. No doctors rushing around. Just silence. Ethan sat beside Ash as usual, not speaking much, just being there. Ash slowly turned its head, looking directly at him. Its eyes clear now, strong, aware. It held that gaze, longer than ever before. Ethan felt it. Something had changed again. This was not the look of a creature that was saved. This was not the look of fear. This was something else. Something deeper. Something that could not be explained with simple words. Ash was not looking at a stranger anymore. Not even just someone familiar. Ash was looking at him as something more. Time did not stop after that quiet moment. It moved forward, slow at first, then faster. Years passed. The small, weak creature on the hospital bed was gone. Ash had grown, bigger, stronger, more powerful with each passing day. Its wings stretched wide now. Not broken anymore. Not fragile. Its body carried quiet strength. Muscles formed under dark scales. The soft glow inside it became steady, alive. But the biggest change was not its size. It was its mind. Ash was learning, watching everything, understanding more than anyone expected. It remembered voices, faces, places, especially Ethan. That connection never faded. If anything, it grew stronger. Ash followed him with its eyes, listened to his voice, trusted him without question. But something new had started to happen. Something strange. At first it was small, just a feeling, a sudden pause in its thoughts, a flicker in its mind, images that did not belong to the present. A dark road, cold air, a bright light, then nothing. Ash would freeze for a moment when it happened, its body still, eyes distant. Then it would return, confused, restless. Ethan noticed. He always noticed. "You okay?" he would ask softly. Ash would look at him, calm again. But the feeling stayed. Days passed. The flashes came more often, stronger now, harder to ignore. The road appeared again, clearer. The sound, that heavy sound, pain, sharp and sudden. Ash would pull back, breathing faster, its claws pressing against the ground. The room would feel different, unstable. Machines around it began to react. At first no one connected it. Lights flickered, screens glitched, signals dropped for no reason. Then it became more obvious. Every time Ash felt something strong, something emotional, the systems responded. Like the air itself was shifting. Like something unseen was pushing against everything. One day, a monitor near Ash suddenly shut down, without warning. Then another. A soft crack sound came from a nearby panel. The lights dimmed, just for a second, then returned. The staff looked at each other, confused. Ethan did not speak, but he understood. This was Ash. Not by choice, not controlled, but connected. Ash felt it too. It looked around the room, almost surprised, like it did not mean to cause it. Ethan stepped closer, his voice calm. "It's okay. You're not hurting anyone." Ash slowly relaxed. The lights steadied. The machines returned to normal. But the pattern had started, and it did not stop. As Ash grew stronger, so did this strange influence. Not just physical strength. Something deeper. Something linked to its emotions. Thoughts. And those thoughts were changing. The flashes were no longer random. They were becoming memories. Real. Clear. The road returned again. But this time, Ash saw more. The shape of the vehicle. The color. The movement. Fast. Too fast. Then the moment. The impact. The pain. And then, the face. Inside the vehicle. Looking down. Watching. Not helping. Leaving. Ash pulled back hard. A low sound came from its chest. Not a roar. Not yet. But something darker. Something heavy. The room reacted instantly. Lights flickered violently. Machines lost signal. A sharp sound echoed from one of the systems shutting down. Ethan stepped forward quickly. "Hey, look at me." His voice was firm now. Not afraid, but focused. Ash turned toward him, breathing hard, eyes burning with something new. Not fear, not confusion. Something deeper, something growing. Ethan held his ground. "You're safe. You're here." That was then. This is now. Ash stared at him, long, silent. Then slowly, the tension faded. The room calmed. But Ethan knew. This was not over. Something had been unlocked. Something that would not go away. Days later, Ash was resting in a larger space now. No longer weak. No longer confined. It moved freely, watched everything, and learned. A screen on the far wall turned on. News from outside. Normal world. Normal people. Ash did not always pay attention. But this time, something caught its eye. A face. A voice. A presence. The screen showed an alien. Well-dressed. Confident. Surrounded by power. Speaking about success. About control. About influence. People listened. Respected. Followed. But Ash did not see any of that. It saw something else. The same face. From the memory. From the road. From the moment everything changed. The driver. Alive. Strong. Untouched. The image locked in Ash's mind. Clear now. No doubt. No confusion. Everything returned at once. The road. The light. The impact. The pain. And the choice. The choice to leave. Ash stood still. Eyes fixed on the screen. Its body tense. Breathing slow but heavy. The air around it shifted again. Not chaotic. Not out of control. But focused. Like something was forming. Ethan entered the room. He saw Ash. Saw the screen. Saw the change. He did not need words. He understood. Ash had remembered. Not pieces. Not fragments. Everything. The truth was no longer hidden. And deep inside, something had fully awakened. Ash finally remembered everything. The night felt different again. Not quiet. Not calm. But waiting. Ash stood near the edge of the open structure, looking out into the distance. No movement. No sound. Just stillness. Then slowly, it moved. No warning. No noise. Just a silent step forward. Then another. Ash did not rush. Did not spread its wings in power. Did not show anger. There was no chaos. Only purpose. Ethan saw it happen. He had been watching closely these past days. Waiting for something like this. And now, it was here. Ash was leaving. Not running. Not escaping. Going somewhere. Ethan felt it immediately. This was about the past. About the memory. About the one who drove away. He moved quickly, grabbing his keys, not stopping to think. He was not going to let Ash face this alone. Not like before. The engine started. The vehicle moved fast into the night. Ahead. Far ahead. Ash moved through the dark like a shadow. Silent. Controlled. Every step placed with precision. It did not destroy anything on the way. Did not burn. Did not roar. It simply moved forward. As if nothing else mattered. The destination was clear in its mind. The alien. The one who left. Miles away. The world looked different. Bright lights. Tall structures. Security everywhere. This was not a place for the weak. High walls. Advanced systems. Guarded from every side. The alien had built power around himself. Protection. Control. No one entered without permission. No one left without being seen. At least that was the idea. Ash reached the outer edge. It did not stop. It did not hesitate. The moment it stepped closer, something changed. A small flicker in the lights. Almost nothing. Then another. Inside the system room. Panels blinked. Signals shifted. A guard looked at a screen. Confused. Everything looks normal. Then a door unlocked by itself. A soft click in the silence. Another guard turned. What was that? More systems responded. Not with alarms. Not yet. Just small failures. Quiet. Unnoticed. Ash moved closer. The walls did not stop it. The sensors did not detect it. Or maybe they did. But they could not respond. Inside, the control systems began to fail. One by one. Lights flickered. Screens froze. Security cameras went dark. Weapons systems lost connection. Guards began to notice. Voices filled the halls. Check the systems. What is happening? No clear answer. No clear threat. Just failure. Ash stepped inside. No force. No breaking. Doors opened. As if they were waiting. Each step forward made the system weaker. Not destroyed. Just removed. Control slipping away. The guards tried to react. Weapons raised. But nothing worked. Triggers did not respond. Energy cells shut down. Power gone. Fear started to grow. Not from what they saw, but from what they could not stop. Deep inside the building, the alien stood in his private chamber, surrounded by screens, by data, by control. He watched the failures appear, one after another. His calm expression changed. "What is this? Fix it," he ordered. But nothing changed. The system did not listen. For the first time, he felt something unfamiliar. Uncertainty. Then, a single screen came alive. Not with system data, but with an image. A shape. Large. Dark. Moving through the halls. Coming closer. The alien leaned forward, trying to understand. Then his eyes widened. Recognition hit. Not fully, but enough. Something from the past. Something he thought was gone. His breath slowed. No. That is not possible. The doors outside his chamber unlocked. One by one. Slow. Heavy sounds echoing through the silence. The guards outside stepped back. Weapons useless. Hands shaking. The final door opened. Ash stepped in. No roar. No fire. Just presence. Strong. Controlled. Unavoidable. The room felt smaller instantly. The alien took a step back. His mind searching for control, for power, for anything. But there was nothing left. All his systems, all his defenses, gone. Ash moved forward, each step slow, measured, eyes locked on him. Not wild, not out of control, focused. The alien tried to speak. "This is a mistake. You don't understand." But his voice was weak, because deep inside, he did understand. The memory returned. The road. The night. The moment. The small broken creature. And the choice he made. To leave. Now that same creature stood before him. Not small. Not broken. Something else entirely. Ethan arrived moments later. Running through the open halls. Past silent guards. Through doors that should have been locked. Until he reached the chamber. He stopped at the entrance, breathing heavy, and saw it. Ash standing in front of the alien. The space between them filled with tension. Heavy. Unspoken. Ethan did not interrupt. He did not shout. He just watched. Because this moment did not belong to him. The alien stared at Ash. Fear clear now. No more control. No more power. Only the past standing in front of him. And Ash, calm, still, unmoving. The same creature he left to die, now stood before him. The room held its breath. No one moved. No one spoke. Ash stood tall, silent, unshaken. The alien in front of him was no longer powerful, no longer untouchable. He looked small now, lost inside his own walls. His voice came out weak. "It was an accident. You don't understand. I didn't mean to." He took another step back, hands slightly raised, trying to hold on to something that was already gone. Ash did not react. No roar, no fire, no sudden movement, just stillness. That made it worse, because the silence carried weight. The alien kept talking. "I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just an animal. I had places to be. Things to do. You can't blame me for that." His words echoed in the room, but they felt empty. Even he could hear it. Excuses breaking apart as soon as they were spoken. Ash moved one step forward. Slow. Controlled. The ground did not shake. The walls did not crack. but the pressure in the air changed. The alien felt it. His voice trembled now. "I can fix this. I can give you anything. Power. Protection. Just don't." He stopped, because he saw it in Ash's eyes. There was no interest in what he was offering. No anger burning wild. Something else. Something deeper. Ethan stepped forward quietly. He had been watching. Waiting. He knew this moment mattered more than anything. His voice calm. Steady. Ash did not turn. But it hurt him. "You remember who you were. Weak. Broken. Left alone." Ethan took another step. "But that's not who you became." Ash's breathing slowed. The tension shifted slightly. "You didn't grow stronger just for this. Not for revenge. Not to become like him." Ethan looked at the alien. Then back at Ash. "You became something better." The room stayed silent again. But now it felt different. Not heavy. Clear. Ash stood still for a long moment. Thinking. Not reacting. Choosing. The alien watched. Confused. Afraid. He expected fire. Expected destruction. That was the only language he understood. But this silence, this control, it scared him more. Ash finally moved again. One step closer. Close enough now. The alien could see his reflection in those eyes. Not a monster. Not a victim. Something greater. Ash raised its head slightly. Not in anger. In decision. The systems in the room flickered. Then dimmed. The alien looked around quickly. "What are you doing?" His voice shaking. The screens behind him turned off. One by one. The lights above weakened. The control panels lost signal. Ash was not attacking him. Not directly. But something else was happening. Something bigger. Across the entire building. Systems failed. Security collapsed. Networks shut down. Outside. Vehicles stopped. Signals dropped. Power grids disconnected. The reach of the alien's empire began to fall apart. Every system he depended on. Every control he held. Gone. Not destroyed in chaos. Removed with precision. Clean. Complete. The alien dropped to his knees. "No. No, this can't be happening. You don't understand what you're doing. Everything I built. Everything I control. It's all gone." Ash did not move. Did not answer. Because this was the answer. The alien had taken a life without care. Now he was losing everything he believed made him powerful. Not his breath. Not his existence. But his control. His dominance. His illusion of safety. Ethan watched closely. He understood. This was not revenge. This was justice. The alien looked up again. Eyes desperate. "You could have killed me. Why didn't you?" His voice cracked. Ash stepped back slightly. Not turning away. But ending the moment. Because it was done. There was nothing more to take. Nothing more to prove. The alien sat there. Broken in a different way. Alive. But empty. Ethan walked closer to Ash. Slow. Careful. He placed his hand gently against Ash's side. "Warm. Steady. You chose right." His voice quiet, but filled with meaning. Ash lowered its head slightly. Not weak. Not tired. Just calm. The same creature that once lay broken on a dark road. Now stood above everything. Not as a force of destruction. But as something far more powerful. Something that could choose. Ethan looked at Ash. And Ash looked back. That same connection still there. But deeper now. Stronger. Not just trust. Not just bond. Something earned through time. Through pain. Through growth. They turned together. Walking away from the fallen power behind them. No fire. No chaos. Just silence. And meaning. Behind them. The alien remained. Alive. But changed forever. Everything he had built. Gone. Because of one moment. One choice. On a dark, empty road. Far away from this place. The world continued. But something had shifted. A balance corrected. A lesson written without destruction. Ash paused for a moment, looking out into the distance. Ethan stood beside him, quiet, understanding, and in that still moment, the truth settled in. The alien chose to run that night, but the human chose to stay. And that made all the difference.